This is Professor Melanie Hildebrandt. The course is Principles of Macroeconomics, ECON 2105. You're enrolled in either section N01 or N02 in spring semester 2019. These are both two fully online courses. So the purpose of this video is to provide some basic information and to teach you how to navigate through this online course. I'll basically go through the same information that I would cover on the first day of a traditional face-to-face class. So again, this is a fully online class. There will be a proctored final exam. I'll talk more about that later. There is a prereq of a 2.0 to be in this course. Here you'll see my email address. This is my preferred method of communication. Because this is a semester where I'm also teaching face-to-face courses, I do have traditional office hours. My office is in Miller Hall, 1218. You can come see me Mondays from 1 to 5, Wednesdays from 2 to 3, or on Thursdays we can set up a time to have an online chat in Course 10 from the hours of 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is the required textbook for this class. It's McEachran's Macro Econ, edition number 6. MindTap access is a crucial part of this course. You cannot successfully complete this class without access to MindTap. You can either purchase access directly from the West Georgia bookstore, or you can buy directly from the publisher, Cengage. If you purchase from Cengage, there are 3 options. The first is the access code plus an e-text of the book. The second includes the code, the e-text, and a printed bound book. Or if you have multiple classes at West Georgia where you need Cengage platform access, you can actually purchase an unlimited option that's good for 1 semester. The course is divided into 4 modules. So this kind of is how you should work through them. You need to start by reading the chapter. I have some posted PowerPoint slides in Course 10. I have the full slides and I have a notes version. I recommend you print the notes version so that you can take notes while reading through the chapters. I've also embedded videos. The videos that I've made, no more than 10 minutes. Most are between 3 and 6. So as you're reading the chapter, I would suggest that you watch the videos that I've put in there. Most of those are illustrations on how to work through some of the problems that we'll do in this class. I'll also, though, have direct links to those videos in Course 10, and I'll also just put up a link to my YouTube channel so you can go through and find them again. After you've gone through the material, you need to log into MindTap and complete all of the homework. Each section of the chapter has homework. Most are graded. Some say practice. If it's practice, you don't have to do it, but I do recommend that you do. All of the homework assignments have unlimited attempts until the deadline. You then need to practice, review, ask me any questions, and once you've thoroughly covered a chapter, you should complete the corresponding Applia assignment that's also in MindTap. The Applia assignments only have 1 attempt each. However, some of your questions, you can do multiple attempts and it will then calculate an average score based on all the attempts completed. Once you've finished all of the chapters in a module, then you need to complete the module quiz in Course 10. There's only a quiz at the end of each module. And actually all the deadlines are at the end of each module, but you'll see in a minute when we look at the schedule, it's highly recommended you work through 1 chapter per week. Although it's a fully online class, there is a face-to-face required final exam. It will be cumulative. It's 25% of your total course grade. You can either come to the Carrollton campus on Friday, May 3rd at 8:30 a.m. and meet me in Miller Hall 1201 to take the course with me or the exam with me, or you have to make arrangements to have a proctored final exam. You can do this through the UWG Testing Center, the Noonan Testing Center, or if you're in another city or state, there's actually an approved testing list through our UWG online office. So they have a whole set of places where you can go. And then finally, if none of that works for you, you can pay to have your exam taken through ProctorU. And you can email me if you have questions about that. Okay, so that's it for this part. And now we're going to look at the syllabus. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the course syllabus. There's a copy of this in Course 10. You should be able to find it. And so I just want to highlight a few things that we haven't talked about yet. I've gone through office hours. So you see that here. Gone through the delivery method. I do just want to point out, okay, that you really need to log into Course 10 and MindTap at least 2 or 3 times each week. I noticed in fall semester, a lot of students, because I now have it set where your assignments are due at the end of each module, they would try to complete 5 chapters worth of work in 1 or 2 days. And those students did not do well in my fall classes. So you really need to log in every week and should be spending probably 5 or 10 hours each week on the material just for this course. Here you can read through the learning goals. Again, I've already talked about the textbook, but there's that information again for you. The only extensions that I'm going to give is if we happen to have some technical issues with MindTap. Otherwise, late work is not accepted. Okay, here's how we're going to divide out the course grades. So the first category are those MindTap homework assignments. The points will vary by each exercise. There are 250 points in total, so this is 25% of your final grade. All scores will count. If we happen to have any points in excess of 250, those would simply count as bonus. And remember, these assignments have unlimited attempts until the deadline. So if you're really diligent, you should be able to score 100% on all of your homework assignments. The second category is also in MindTap. These are the Applia assignments. This is where the MindTap homework is all multiple choice. Applia assignment might be some multiple choice, but it's also going to be some math, some graphing problems that you're going to work through. These are worth 20 points each, 300 points total, so that's 30% of your grade. There's 1 for each chapter, but there's also 2 that you need to start with, okay, that will help you figure out how to use Applia, how to use the graphing feature, and how to do your math calculations. These assignments only have 1 attempt per assignment, but again, some of the questions, if you don't do well the first time, you can choose to have a second attempt. It'll give you a similar question with slightly different numbers to work through again. For this category, there's 17 assignments total, but I will actually drop your lowest 2 scores at the end of the semester. The next work is in Course 10. So there's 2 here. There's the Course 10 module quizzes. So again, this is the quiz that's at the end of each module. These are worth 50 points each for 15% of your final grade. You only get 1 attempt at each quiz. They are timed. You have 45 minutes. And the lowest score of your 4 quizzes will be dropped. So 3 will count for credit. There's then just a few other Course 10 exercises. There's a syllabus quiz that you need to complete this week. And then in Module 3, there's going to be 2 additional assignments, one that focuses on fiscal policy and one on monetary policy. So I'll have some extra videos for you to watch and 2 extra assignments for you to do. If we should have any points in excess of 50, they would be bonus. And then lastly, the cumulative final exam, 25% of your grade. Remember, you can take it with me Friday, May 3rd here in Carrollton, or you can arrange for proctoring. And so here is more information on how to go through scheduling a proctored exam. And again, I suggest you go to the UWG online website to learn more on how to register for proctoring and where the approved sites are. Here's our grade distribution. For an A, you need 900 points, B, 800, so on and so forth. If you have any questions about grades, then you need to bring it to my attention within 48 hours of that grade being posted in Course 10. Basically, don't wait till the end of the semester. Let's talk about it as it occurs when we're still both familiar with what's happening. Okay, so that's it for the syllabus. Now let's briefly look at the online schedule. Again, this first week, you need to register for MindTap and complete that how to do Aplia exercise and the Aplia math and graphing exercise, in addition to the syllabus quiz that's in Course 10. For your first week, you're going to cover chapters 1 and 3, and then you would do all of the homework and Aplia assignments. In week 2 of the semester, I guess it's really week 3, you would be on chapter 2, followed by chapter 4, and all of this work closes Sunday, February 3rd. All of the MindTap work. Quiz 1, I actually have all the quizzes set, so they're due the next night in Course 10, so that will be due Monday, February 4th. Oh, did not mean to do that. Okay. We'll go into Module 2, very similar way that we're working through everything here, 1 chapter per week. Okay. Here's an important date. Your withdrawal deadline is Wednesday, February 27th. So at that point in the semester, if you feel like you cannot successfully complete the class, you have the opportunity to withdraw. All right. And all of the work for Module 2 is due Sunday, March 24th. Now notice that that is the Sunday after spring break. I was going to make it due the Friday before break, but in the fall semester, my students requested that their module assignments be due after Thanksgiving so they could have the opportunity to work through it that week if they chose. So, to be clear, I am not assigning work during spring break. You have the option to finish everything early. But for those who don't have any plans or want to use spring break to catch up, you will have the opportunity to do more work during spring break because everything will not close until March 24th. We'll then get into Module 3, continuing on. All of the Module 3 work is due Sunday, April 21st. We will only touch on international a little bit, and it'll be due the following Sunday. And then again, we have our final exam, Friday, May 3rd, unless you make proctoring arrangements. And now we're going to go look into Course 10. All right, so I want to show you what it looks like when you log into Course 10. If you found this video, you've already seen that part, right? But then also how to access MindTap through Course 10. So here's our class, Principles of Macroeconomics. Okay, so I'm going to go to the content link and the Start Here folder. And under Course Resources, I can find, again, copies of the syllabus. I have both a PDF and an accessible Word document that accessible readers can use. I have a PDF of the class schedule, and then also some URLs that offer some student support. So everything from Course 10 help, online help, the bookstore, academic success, the library, proctored exams. You can find all of those links here in this document. You'll also see here is your syllabus quiz. So after you've watched this video, I would print the syllabus and then complete this quiz. It is for a grade, and I need you to do this so I can verify attendance. Otherwise, you will be withdrawn from this class by our registrar. In your next folder under Getting Started, it says MindTap Resources. So some important things here. You can use this link to directly log in to MindTap. But first, let me show you. Let's pull this up here. So a few tips. Again, you have to have access to MindTap for this class. So you're going to use that direct link that I just showed you. And if you already have a Cengage account, you'll just use your username and password to log in. If not, you'll have the opportunity to create a Cengage account. You can then choose how you're going to purchase access. If you already have an access code from the bookstore, there's an option to enter the access code. If not, you can purchase, as mentioned, a basic package, a bound book package, or an unlimited package should you need it. As long as you're logging in through my Course 10 link, you won't need my course key, but just in case you somehow get to MindTap some other way, this is the unique identification key for my course in MindTap. So let's go back to these MindTap resources. Okay, I also have a link here for Cengage technical support. Throughout the semester, if you have issues logging in, or any other technical issues with MindTap, you need to contact Cengage directly. I cannot assist you with those, okay? This is the link where you're going to log in to register for MindTap and pay for your access, okay? And then once you've done that, and make sure you disable pop-up blockers, then from here on, every time you need to access MindTap to do your work, you log into Course 10, you click on this, and if you watch what happens, it's actually going to log me into my instructor version of MindTap. So for you, the students, it will pull your MindTap up after you've registered and then paid for your access. So you won't have to go to 2 different places all semester. Everything you're going to need for MindTap is embedded directly into Course 10, okay? All right, I'll show you a few other things. The chapter PowerPoint slides, this is where I'll have the full slides posted. It's just a PDF, okay, of the PowerPoint slides that I would use for these chapters if we were in a traditional class. And then in the next one, handouts, it's the same exact slides. I've just posted the PDF a little differently. I printed it into a version that makes it easy for those who still like to take traditional notes by hand. After that, you'll have modules for, or folders for each of the modules. And again, I've embedded everything directly into the course. So this would bring you to the MindTap content menu for Chapter 1. This would bring you to the e-text of Chapter 1 so you can read the chapter. And then you'll see I have links to each assignment. So for Chapter 1, there are 2 graded assignments, 1 practice homework assignment, and then your Applia. Each chapter also comes with flashcards that you can use for studying. And then Chapter 1 also has an appendix that covers some math and graphing help that you will probably need. And so there's also a practice homework for the graphing. Then you'll see Chapter 3, same thing. Read Chapter 3. You'll see there's 1, 2, again, graded homeworks. There's 2 practice homeworks. And then there's your Applia assignment. And for this chapter, you'll see I've also linked in a video. Here's Chapter 2, similar. And now we have a couple of videos. This one is a series of 3 videos on the production possibilities frontier. The ones that say example, those are typically videos of me simply working problems for you guys to look at. And then similar for Chapter 4, there's quite a few videos that I've made. Again, not very long, but that will help you work through some of these problems. Okay, and I believe that covers everything that I wanted to in this video, but if you have any specific questions, please email me to that Gmail account or come see me next week on campus during office hours.